All I want for Christmas is you. I'm waiting for it to go live. It could already go live. Okay, so I wanted to talk about, and I've got a baby, so at any minute I may have to leave, but I will do my best to see if I can succinctly say what it is I want to say right now. I often used to have this feeling that I was that something didn't work out the way that I thought it was going to work out, and that I had wasted time. And it can be very frustrating, especially if you have that feeling in a relationship. Like, oh, the relationship ended. I wasted all this time with this person, and now I got to start all over again. That's definitely where a big feeling can come from. For me, in my business, and I've definitely have felt that many times in relationships, but I have come to a point where I can beautifully see how everything worked out exactly the way it needed to get me to where I want to be in my life. So, one of the examples in terms of business, besides love, if we look at the business side of things, uh, I forget, it was sometime around in March that this man had approached me. He was a big recruiter. He had a lot of people coming through the insurance side of things. He wasn't able to get them passed very quickly. He needed a system and a solution in order to be able to get the people to pass the exam. And we were talking about, potentially a $20,000 deal a month in order to, I was going to provide him with a system that would allow his agents to be able to pass the exam. And he was talking about, like, if this works, I can hire even more people. I can send more people your way. And so what I did was I took the time to build this system that would allow his agents to move through and go quickly. I had it all ready and everything was prepared. And when it was time for him to start, buying that, I mean, he paid me for my time to make it, but nothing ever happened after that. So, like, there was like this promise of, once this is created, you would get $20,000 a month, plus even more than that. And after I, charged him for my time to make it, there was nothing else after that. And there was little moments here and there where he'd reach out and say, "Oh, hey, just hang on, we're almost ready to get started." Nothing ever happened. And I could have been very frustrated that I had spent all this time doing this. I was stressed when I was doing this. I was pregnant. I was up in Michigan at my mom's house. In fact, I had to separate myself from where I was living to have dedicated time so that I wouldn't be distracted by David or my environment. When I go to my mom's house, it's very easy for me to just shut down and just get to work. And so I spent 8 hours a day at my desk. I was working harder than I had worked in a long, long time to build the system with knowing the potential that, $20,000 was going to be showing up every month, $40,000, depending on if he was able to begin recruiting more people. And then crickets and crickets and crickets and crickets and nothing. And I could have been so upset. I could have been so frustrated. I could have been angry about it. But what I decided was to say, you know what? I built a cool system and I didn't use it for him, but I can still use this. And I just got off the phone today with another person who is interested in this exact system. I've already got it built. It's already made and it's ready to go. And now I don't have to spend the time working on it. Like, it's ready. And this person is seemingly much more willing to want to go for it. So we'll see what happens. But even if it doesn't work out with this person, I know that somewhere along the line, someone in this industry is going to, seal the deal on getting this, because I can help them so much. It is such a hassle and a struggle to get people to pass the exam quickly and efficiently, but not when you're using me. So anyway, I'm checking out my baby. I let her try to get frustrated sometimes. I leave her alone for a little bit, let her get frustrated. I'm live, honey, just so you know. But anyway, nothing is ever wasted. So if you have this idea that nothing is ever wasted and everything will work out for me, you reduce the amount of times that you're frustrated or annoyed, especially in relationships. I was watching movies the other day, like all day movie marathon. And all of these Christmas movies are about love and finding love and having a partner. And I'm like, what the freak is the deal? And then I'm like, Melissa, before you had your partner, you were all about finding someone. And so much of our time is spent on looking or dating or trying to get a partner. And I remember so succinctly the feeling of I've wasted my time. I stayed in relationships longer than I probably should have because the fear of having wasted so much time. So it was like, this relationship is already failing, but I feel like I invested so much time into it, I can't just let it go. Like, I've been there before because we're so afraid of this wasted time. Like, I can't get that time back. We know we can't get that time back. But if we understand that whatever it is we experienced, whatever it is we went through, it was preparing us for what is to come, what our future is going to be, then we see that nothing is wasted and that everything is working out for us in our favor. So that just happened with me and this business situation. And I didn't get upset. Like, old me would have been super frustrated. The old me that was worried about earning money. Like, I now earn money in my sleep. I earn money brushing my teeth. I earn money nursing my daughter. I earn money cooking. I earn money round the clock, 24/7. And it's not so much a worry to me that, this big, a big deal doesn't go through, because I'm like, another one's coming and I'm already making money on the daily and every second. So it doesn't matter to me. So I didn't have so much negative energy around that one specific deal not working out. And now I already have a system ready to go for the next person who is actually ready for it. And so I'm super excited to be able to get that started for them. And I just wanted to share that with you, that there's nothing wasted. Everything is working out for you. Whatever it is that you're experiencing, whatever it is that you're going through, is preparing you for what it is you want to have. And remember, when you are trying to manifest, we're constantly manifesting, by the way. Everything within our life, we manifest what is happening in our life based on the thoughts that we're thinking and the feelings that we're feeling. It's like sending out a radio signal to the universe, and they return to us the things that it is that we're thinking about or that we're feeling about. And especially like when I left technically he left, but I had left already, physically, mentally, emotionally, my second marriage. But instead of feeling like, oh my God, I just spent 2 years married to the wrong person, I wasted all this time and now I have to find somebody else, I felt none of that. And I was just like, I'm excited to find a true love of my life. I learned so much. I've grown so much. I'm a completely different person than when I first got into this relationship. I know that my love is out there meant for me. I know that my love is going to be amazing. I know that I'm going to have a partnership where when we have conflict, because every relationship we had conflict, we just had conflict yesterday. Yeah. Didn't we, David? Didn't we have some conflict?
Fucking crazy.
Anyway, I knew that when we have conflict, that we would be able to move through that conflict in a good, healthy way and not, harbor it for like days. You should not be in a relationship. No one should have to live through a relationship where anger is harbored for days at a time. If you have anger for days at a time, something is going on. I don't know that David and I have ever been upset with each other for like longer than an hour or two before we're able to, work through it and understand that we have traumas, we have projections, we have misunderstandings, and we can communicate ourselves through that. I knew that relationship was coming for me. I knew that it was meant for me. I didn't know how, I didn't know when, and I just focused on what I could do, which was live my best life. And that's what I was doing. And that's when David rolled up. He rolled up beside me and he said, hey, give me a phone call. I eventually did. And here we are. And it's been utterly, utterly amazing in our relationship. What did you do?
I messaged you.
He messaged me. It's a metaphor, honey.
Oh, okay.
It's a metaphor for you rolled up alongside me in the life that I was enjoying.
My bad. I'm very... Yeah.
Anyway. So nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. When I look back at my second marriage, I see so much growth within myself. It was the first time I actually went to a therapist and did like legitimate work. Like before then I did a lot of book reading and I dibbled and dabbled in some stuff, but I didn't really commit to working on myself like I did in my second marriage. And I'm so utterly grateful for the situations that brought me to that point, to where I was going to therapy consistently every week. And now I do it every 2 weeks. Same therapist has been with me the whole time. And he even graduated me out of therapy. He said, he's like, there's not like, based on a clinical setting, you've done everything you need to do and there's no more therapy. And I'm like, well, can we stay connected? And now he's more of a life coach. but because he'd been with me so long and we've made so much progress, I didn't want to, lose that. So nothing is wasted. Nothing is wasted. Everything is working out for you. Everything is going to get better. And this is another thing too, is when you're, so like my friend too is also like, he met somebody, they're like cute, they seem to be into him and he's into them, and he's getting so excited. And last time this happened, he was utterly devastated because it didn't work out. And I reminded him, I said, look, if you're wanting to attract the love of your life, you need to be radiating, you need to be thinking and feeling love of my life. Like that needs to be oozing out of you. Because remember, the universe will return to you whatever it is you're putting out. So if you're putting out, I've got the love of my life, everything's magical and wonderful, that's what's going to come back to you. That's what I was doing when I left my second marriage. I didn't leave pity, sad, awful. I left like, I get to have the love of my life, everything's going to be wonderful. And then that's what came back to me in the form of David. So I reminded this person, I said, look, if it doesn't work out, it's still working out. Because if you need to be radiating love and joy in order to receive love and joy, the universe has to present you with instances in which so this girl that he's potentially dating right now, this is an opportunity for him to begin feeling that feeling. So you meet somebody, you get excited, you begin feeling the feeling, you begin thinking about how things are going to be wonderful, you begin thinking about how you deserve the love of your life, you begin to radiate that feeling. That's an invitation from the universe to begin to tap into that feeling. And the more you feel that feeling, the bigger it gets, the bigger your vibration gets, the louder your frequency gets, and the more you're drawing it to you. But what a lot of people will do is say, oh, it didn't work out. This is evidence that I can't manifest. This is evidence that it'll never work out for me. This is evidence that no one will ever love me. And they stop that feeling dead in its tracks, reverse, go down into a negative feeling, instead of saying, this was an opportunity for me to begin feeling that way. And I'm going to meet another person that will help me feel that way. And then potentially another person, until I get to the person where I'm exuding this feeling all the time. So when a situation presents itself to you and it gets you excited and it gets you happy, like I just got off the phone with this person and we might have a big business deal going together, and staying in that feeling. So this is another thing, is don't be so attached to the outcome. I was not set that guy, the first guy that I worked with who ended up dead in the water, I wasn't attached to him. But I was like, well, I've made the system. I can use the system for other people. It may not be him, but it could be someone else. And today is someone else. So let go of the expectation that it has to be this person, and just honor and recognize that this person right now is helping you to get into alignment with the feeling of being loved. And if it doesn't work out with this person, you can meet another person, and then you can get more into alignment. With every person that I have been with and dated, I'm getting closer and closer to who I actually am, who I want to be, the life that I want to live. Like, I wanted to live in a green place, and I like hunting, and it was a part of my life when I was at Pine Haven. I spent years butchering meat and doing all kinds of stuff, but having grown up in the city, that wasn't even an option. And then here I am, meet the most amazing man who does all this hunting for me, and we're butchering meat, and I'm eating deer meat. Like, I could just eat pure deer meat all day. It's so wonderful. And I feel so much better. But like, I didn't think that, like, every time that I was in a relationship, I got more and more better with what it is that I wanted. I got more and more alignment to the frequency of what I actually wanted to receive back. So nothing is ever wasted, and everything is working out. And when you have that mentality, and when you recognize that whatever situation is coming in front of you, it is helping you to feel the feelings of what it is you really want, and don't allow it ending to indicate that it'll never happen. Allow it ending to show you that another situation will even come that will help you with those feelings even more. So I've been reminding my friend to say this on repeat. I'm going to enjoy my time right now. Whether or not it does or doesn't work out, it is an opportunity for me to feel these feelings, so that if it doesn't work out, I can feel this even better with the next person, and even better with the next person if this doesn't turn out to be the best. Like, just having this mindset, and that's the letting go of the expectation, non-attachment, that's the word. You want to be non-attached to the outcome, because a lot of us don't have the correct outcome in our mind. And what I mean by that is we don't know what's truly possible. We only know what's possible based on what we've experienced. I didn't know that it was possible for me to meet a guy who does all this hunting and fishing, who loves me, who is the all the things that I want. I didn't know that that was fully possible. So it wasn't even something in my mind, because it wasn't something that I had experienced. You know, I only knew of a hunter in like freaking Montana, or, you know, in Michigan. Is there's old guys who knew my dad. Like, I didn't think that I could find someone my age. It didn't even cross my mind. But it's something I so deeply wanted, and without realizing it. And like the universe will bring you different situations to begin feeling the feelings of having that thing until you get to that thing. And so every situation that brings you closer to that feeling is a good thing, and not to be looked at as the end of the world. It didn't happen. It didn't work out with this one person. So because it didn't work out with this one person, I'll never get it again. It not working out with that one person just meant you're getting into alignment with what you actually want, and there's something even better up the road. I always assume that something better is coming. Something better is coming. If what I think if what I want currently doesn't work out, I assume that something better is even coming. Like that happened when I was renting houses for the baby. So when I wanted to have the baby in Michigan, we were living in Illinois in a house that I didn't want to have my baby in. And so I was searching for a temporary rental in a town that is loaded with summer tourists and super hard to get. Like at the Airbnb, like I was looking at houses that were like $15,000 a month. And none of them were for a 3-month. I can only get it for like a month at a time, and then I'd have to move. Like it was seemingly impossible to be able to rent a house in my mother's town to have the baby at. And this guy was like, well, I'm moving and I have a furnished house. You guys can come and move in for 3 months. The day I go up there to go sign the paperwork, he says, never mind, I can't offer it to you. And I was like, and I had this overwhelming feeling that something even better was going to show up, something even better. And something did show up better. It happened to actually be my stepdad's friend who had houses for rent, and he had one furnished house, and he rented it to us for way less than what we were going to be paying before. Nice show. You want me to turn the camera around? David is giving me a little show right now.
Would you?
He likes to tease me on camera. That sounded bad. It is. You're naughty. But something.
Did you lose track?
Yes. But something even better showed up. Like that is my mentality. That is how I live my life. And it works every time, because what you believe to be true will show up as true. What I believe to be true will show up as true. What I believe to be true will show up as true. And this is why I literally repeat stuff to myself over and over again. It's all working out in my favor. It's all working out in my favor. It's all working out in my favor. Something even better is coming. Something even better is coming. Something even better is coming. Like these are the thoughts that are repeated, that I repeat to myself all the time. And it works every time. So try it for yourself. Nothing is ever wasted. Everything is working out in your favor. If something is presented to you that feels good, ride through the feel good feelings, knowing that if it ends, something even better will come along, and you're just working on getting in sync with those amazing feelings. So I love you all. Have an amazing day. And I normally like send all the love and vibes to pass the exam. I need to have an ending for this. I love you all. Be amazing, beautiful humans. You're wonderful. Mwah.